hello for I started the stream late on the other platform. Okay. So this character is kind of a key battle in this section because you can do this section in which order you want. So this character might appear in other sections, and it's important it appears before the countdown, because this battle is a little harder and longer, so it's better to do it before the countdown. So regardless of where the player goes, it will have to fight those enemies for the first time. Why there are two carry canes? No, wait. I think that's unfair. We are making... What are you doing here? You need to make the game. If you have two people, then do the game twice as fast. Why wasting it for the Twitch pranks? I don't know. So the idea is you fight this enemy the first time if you are here, or if you are here, or if you are here, or even here in somehow. But for now we are gonna do a single one and then duplicate it over. And the next time it will be easier. It will be a different version if you fought this one already. So, we have a thing. I want to introduce game or battle mechanics from time to time. Outside, I already introduced 2 of them, maybe 3 if I wanted. Because there are 4 battles here, but every battle is avoidable. So first thing, we need to know if a tutorial was skipped or not. So, for example, the tutorial for the reverse arrow, which I kinda did, is kinda simple but works. Ah wait, no, it doesn't work, wait. Huh. We may want to go into that. I'm fixing and creating sprites for the game. Okay, then you're excused. Then it's fine. Okay, yeah, I need to fix something in the battle system. So, before, last time we kinda programmed the reverse arrows. It moves? Huh. So the thing is this. Does it... Yeah, okay. This is the tutorial for the inverse arrows. Tutorial text, arrow, and look at the animation. Ping! It's a way to say, it's still left. The problem is, doesn't really work because it doesn't disappear. Weird though that this time it... Ah. Okay. You need to draw it using the common method for the battles, maybe. We need to bring out how... Among Us. We need to bring out the code for the arrows in battle. It's still in forever function. I did kind... Oh, come on. Why doesn't appear the full name here? It's annoying. Come on, battle pick, it's easy. Can I make this one bigger? No. Too bad. It's this one though, right? No, wait. Should be the arrow? Battle logic, maybe? Here. Set up arrow to press for battle. I kinda need to cross-reference what arrows do to make them work properly. So the important thing is that they are set, the arrow I put for the cutscene is set up as the right ones. For now it's not really. Ah, because I use easy picture. No, that's not how I should do it. Still, set up arrow to press for battle. Let's see. Those are not needed. Ah, the counter... Okay, so it all depends on what happens here, because here, based on the arrow that appears and you press a button, it does something. Tells if you're right or not. And after that, it moves the picture down as if, yeah, you lost. The important part, it uses the current arrow picture used, which is a variable here, which starts at 50, right? Yeah, 50. Here I said 51, but it's probably wrong because here as you can see, the value decreases before you use it. So, for example, if the value is 51, it decreases by 1 and it's 50. So, if I say 51... No, wait. I think I'm confusing myself by my own logic. It's simpler. You draw a picture based on this value, and the value decreases before, only before though. So 51 is... Huh. The value updates here, so I don't think there's any problem anywhere. So do I need to set up something else? Maybe... I just need to save a specific value, right? Here. I remember here I saved the value of the direction on the variable 121, but 111, but I did. So it's like the picture doesn't move down. Maybe because it's not really drawn as the other ones. The other ones are drawn with this. Draw pictures for battle. I think it's a little easier. Okay, I should do it here. So I have two functions for drawing pictures, custom functions. In hindsight, I should have done only one, but one is for battles, which is a little more structured for things, while the other is more malleable. Let's say 51. The name is battle direction 4. Center 1. Origin 1. Those are the chords, X, Y, and the scale. I think it's right. Okay. Except... No, I think it's fine, right? Yeah. I'm a little worried, though. Let's see what happens if we call it with a proper function. I think there will be a problem where the picture suddenly switches. Because the two functions keep track of different things. Let's see. The first picture didn't appear, but let's see now. Okay, but it works. We just need to make the first picture work. It's like this one didn't appear, but this one did. Huh. Why didn't it appear? But we now know the problem is we didn't initialize it with our function. Huh, but why? Why doesn't it appear? Ah, okay, because here... Oh, no, wait. Yeah, because here we... since it's pictures for battle, we don't need the root battle for the folder. Okay. I'm overcomplicating by forgetting what I programmed. Don't run. Get here. Get over here. And now it should work, right? It's working. If I do it wrong, let's see. Yeah, it works. It works. That's nice. That was surprisingly simple. I may want to redo the tutorial or wait for the player if the player presses wrong, but the entire... the first battle you do this, it's only inverse arrow, so I suppose or the player dies and watches the tutorial or guesses. Okay, so that was the tutorial for the arrows. The thing is, this battle is optional. Let's see. Optional, here. If the value is 1. Where do I set up the value? Probably here. Okay, here, I set up the value here and I never reset it. That's so it's convenient that the next fight will have the tutorial if it's not done. For now, let's see. Okay, after you do the tutorial, the value goes to 3. So this one will happen regardless of the battle you do, right? Well, as long as the value is at least 1. I don't know where it is. Hill Garden. I don't know. Battle. I don't know, okay? 143. Because I'm watching Switch. I'm watching Switches. I'm watching switches, watching switches. Yeah, it's not easy to say. Watching switches. So if I activate the variable and go here, the tutorial should start. Here, okay. So again, if you skip it, it happens here. We need to consider though that I want another tutorial to run here, the rage mode, which I can just run in the next round. So first we may want to activate it, right? So there will be 2 tutorials, right? Well, outside there is the tutorial of the inverse arrow and not really a tutorial but introduction of complex, a little more complex prompts for the alt button. And only the first 2 battles will have new introductions. Inside, there will be a tutorial for the rage mode, and not really a tutorial, but there's something that messes up your screen. Or your full screen at least. Okay, so the idea is, when you go inside, I hope there is a value that tells you you're inside. Oh yeah, when you're inside, you need to go to the gate this time. So there should be here a progress inizio villa. Yeah, I love to put some variables in English, but not all of them. So we can just pretend that if this is 5 or more, we are considered inside. Huh. So I want that the tutorial, this one, only starts regardless. And only if this one is not active. Only if first tutorial is not active, do the rage mode tutorial. So this one will happen regardless after the first round. So now we need the rage mode tutorial. We also need the triggers to know when the enemy starts rage mode. Huh, and I thought this stream would be easy. So for the rage mode, I would make that the enemy has a rage icon on the head. Sorry. Eight out of 10, too much water. Probably a sound. This one will do for now. Of the enemy getting rage mode. We can use the dialogue from Rhea. Rage. After that, a picture appears showing. Ah, wait, this one should be included in the rage effect. In the rage things, huh? We can have it as an else again. Because every time, regardless of the tutorial, we should see the rage mode of the enemy. I think we can do a else, which I realize now we need to put a condition on this. So, we kinda want two conditions. I think I can just use a switch, right? Huh. I don't want to mess up some variables. We can do... what is the idea? The player needs to be inside. And then the switch for it needs to be... Sure, let's do it the safe way. Why not? So if the player is inside, so this one is at least 5. And the switch for the battle if the rage mode tutorial is done or not. So if there's no rage tutorial, then the tutorial is here. Otherwise, we just go to no tutorial. Instead of repeating what happens. Here, it's what happens when there is no tutorial. Right, yeah. For example, the rage mode. Okay, so darkness, we show a picture, random one for should be a picture called from a script, but for now let's do this. Buffer, huh? I don't know which picture should be used, but we can do like a 31. We need to remember to remove it though. Okay, it explains this. It simply does rage mode. Only two arrows, but less time. No inverse. Okay, that's what it should say in the tutorial. And also we need to activate rage mode when this happens. How do I activate rage mode? I kinda forgot. Oh wait, we already did something like that. This is the tutorial. We have a problem because the rage mode starts before. So maybe we need to move the rage mode tutorial elsewhere. Only though if the battle tutorial for the Grassprint is not 2, which will trigger before this one. So never mind, we need to change it a little. So here, this one will not happen together with the other one, so there will be no conflict. We can do it here. I need to put more comments. So this one starts the tutorial. If there is no tutorial, then here we have the two conditions. Here the events for rage mode, no tutorial. Oh, rage mode normal. So we'll be here. Or yeah, it's fine. The enemy get upset, and after a while charges forward. Same thing here. we show the picture of the rage mode and enemy charges. And now we need to activate the switch to avoid that it repeats every time. I think I should show it sooner or later here, because we are getting very abstract now. Let's see. Ah yeah, reminder, this one should not appear if grass print battle tutorial is 2. Exactly 2. So. 143 should not be 2. How do we should do it in this order? I should put some else's though. Maybe I put too many else's. Look at this. I think it's fine, right? Else here, and... No, wait. There is a else. Yeah, I messed up something. We should have nested else's. Jump to no tutorial, no tutorial, no tutorial. And it should work. Only one time. Okay. Let's see if it works, if it's this simple. Oh yeah, I need to activate rage mode, right? Let's see. It's switch 168. Now let's see. For now, rage mode only goes left and right. We should program a way to randomize which buttons are there, because we didn't. First, let's see what happens if you do the tutorial before. Yeah, nothing happens. Why? Ah, yeah, because the variable to be inside is not working. We just spawn here for beta testing. We can have it here. Which variable was there? I probably here. Okay, more reasonable. Now, get the value, and now we are considered inside. And we get to tutorial rage. Okay, now we have left, right, which we alternate or not. Surprisingly easy to alternate, huh? You can just spam. Okay, we only have rage mode one time. So before having different buttons for the rage mode, we should have that. It comes in a pattern. You know what? Even the inverse arrow should come in a pattern in battle, not just a 50% chance for the entire battle. Because in this way, every charge of the battle will feel different. We can have the full inverse, the no inverse, or the mix. Or, you know, the no inverse with some inverse arrow there and there to trip you up. So let's see, we may want to have a pattern, to define a pattern for the enemy. For now the pattern is simple. Charge, you build gate, no, attack, charging attack when you build a gate, and repeat. Those two things. We may want to set up a pattern. To set a pattern. Single word, set a pattern. They should make a whole word in the vocabulary that sounds like this. How does it work? This is the battle core loop, and it all goes in there. This is the entire battle. Which is... Oh yeah, there's a enemy combo, and there's the enemy charging the attack. Repeat. Until someone dies. That's it. We may want to do it differently. We still want the loop, but depending on the section in the pattern, we will do a different thing. For example, we define it here. Enemy pattern. We can have... I may go with letters. Combo gate, combo, gate, hence repeat. We can only have, for example, combo and gate. Which means it starts with a combo and then it goes with a charging attack where we need to build a gate. We can also have rage. And later we can add other things, like range attacks or magic attacks, which will be a secret for later, okay? So that's what we have up until now. Is there anything else? Yeah, there is. There is a we should add a factor on the randomness on. You know, yeah, we should add a factor to each of those. How do we do it? We can have inner arrays. Let's see. The parameter is the percentage of inverse arrows. The parameter should be difficulty of the gate, but we're gonna see later. And range we can have as a parameter the directions even, huh? For now, let's see. The idea is this. We have the combo and the parameter of inverse arrow, which will be 0 for now. You know what? No, it's fine, it's fine. Then we have the gate. And we don't need an extra parameter for now. We can add it later. This is the default. Now, for this battle, which will be battle 2, we are gonna have custom parameters. We are gonna start with rage mode, R. I don't know what to put instead of the 0. I suppose I will put here the directions. Like 4 and 6. Then we have a gate, and then it goes with the combo again. And the thing is, it doesn't start with rage mode if we need to do the tutorial. So we may want to put a condition here. For now. You know what, we can have the condition to add the rage mode before. Instead of, let's see. I think it's better if I split them like this. Okay, it's more readable maybe. Rage mode, gate. We can have combo with a factor of randomness very high, 80%. And then it repeats, right? We just need an extra gate to close the loop, and we are here. I may want to be a little fancier though. For example, for the rage mode, this time I may want a random. So instead I put a random. I don't need another parameter, but just in case. Another thing, I don't want it to repeat from the start. I may want to loop indefinitely up from a certain point. For example, I want this thing to run normally and loop this extra stuff. But this sounds a little more complex than it should, right? I think it's doable though. I think it's doable. So we simply need to have the pattern split into parts, right? Yeah, that sounds like more complex, but I definitely need the enemy to start with something and then loop into something else. Kinda feels less scripted, right? Let's see. We can, for example, have the enemy pattern have 2 arrays. This is the first one, and this is the second one. Let's simplify like this. Okay. So, okay, this one. We also have the problem that, again, if it's not combo, we can manually deactivate it actually, huh? Then it's fine. Except not really, because you know what? I have an idea. I think it helps a lot. Since we are not sure if the battle starts with a tutorial with a combo or not, we can just have the combo for the tutorial for the combo in the second round and start directly with a combo. So here we will have a tutorial for the inverted buttons. And here instead we have a rage mode. I think I will by default go with random buttons, huh? Now we start with left and right. Minecraft music. So here we have a rage mode and define the 2 buttons, left and right. And then after this we may start the actual loop. Then we can go for a combo which is kind of a mix, 50% inverted or not. I can go a little lower. Then goes for a gate. Then rage mode that is random. And just to close it off, we can add another gate to build. Okay. And those are the 2 arrays. The initialization and the actual loop. I think it's fine. We can add an extra rage mode in here, but you know what? I can add an extra combo here before the gate. We should add another parameter for the combo, like the length of it, if it's different. We can have a simpler one with less values, maybe. But this is the tutorial for the inversion, so maybe we should have a higher value here. 60, okay. And then a lower one here to trip the player up. I'm pretty sure I forgot a comma somewhere, but I can't know now. Okay. I may also want to normalize this one as well. The default enemy pattern, let's see. So this is 1. And the first one is empty. Nice, so in this way we also test if there is a empty starting loop. Starting actions. And the pattern loop. So how do we read those values? Good question. So we have here the battle loop. This one is called enemy pattern. Here. So first we need to keep count, of course. We need to keep count of 2 things though. No, we can just have a single number to count the loops. You know what, let's copy this one here for reference. Okay, so here what do? we check those values. And we need a counter, so we defined a counter before. Pattern counter starts with 0. Okay, so simply here, well, I wouldn't say really simply, but we now check what the battle pattern counter value is. If we need to check at which value it corresponds. We may want to decide it at the start of each loop and test it. So we need to get a value inside this matrix. For example, for starters, I want to get the value number 0 inside here, though I don't know if it's empty or not. So we need first to get the, let's see, enemy pattern, and we get the starting action. We get the length, how long this is. Let's see, starting action is the length of that. So for example, in this case it's 0, which means if it's 0, we need to check the other one. If starting action length is less than 0, less than equal to 0, or in this case, less than equal than the battle pattern counter, because, for example, if it had one action, it should be like this. If it had one action, only after the first one it will go into the loop. That means we need to check if we already surpassed or we already did the actions inside the starting action matrix. So what do we do if it's this? Good question, huh? I think I have an idea. Instead of creating other variables, we can just have the sum. Like, if we have two values, 1, 2, those are 3, 4. Like, the starting action in the pattern loop, which I now notice is written wrong, instead of being different, counted separately, they should be counted increasingly, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. How do we do that? Well, bear with me, okay? Bear with me a little, I promise. So we need matrix to check. So to reference the starting action, we need to say enemy pattern 0. Meanwhile, to say the action in the pattern loop, we need to say enemy pattern 1. So if we instead have a variable that is either 0 or 1, we can easily have either of them with ease. So if we already did all the starting actions, we just say, now we work on the second one. There's a problem though. Even if we decided that we want to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the second matrix starts again from 0. That's when we need to subtract the value here, by creating a new variable though, because we need to leave the total counter exact. I love longer names. The counter for that, let's see. I would, wait. Yeah, I think we should create a how to say, because up until now we have a counter that counts each round we are in. But Again, if we reach the second matrix, we don't want to start counting from 0 again. We want to keep the counter. That means if we want to, if we are like turn 4 and we already did the 3 starting actions, we need to read the first value of the pattern loop. But how do we get 1 from a 4 if the first length is 3? We just need to subtract the value here. For now, action matrix, no. Action to execute will start by default as the battle pattern counter. So if it's turn 3, this way is 3. And if there are at least 3 actions in the starting actions, we will do the number 3, easy. If there's not, where this condition comes to play, then other than setting up we are gonna work on the loop, we also are gonna reduce the value here. Action to execute is reduced by the starting action length, which is the length of the first matrix. Again, if the matrix is a 3, and we are turn 4, we are gonna do 4 minus 3, and we are gonna execute the first one here. Well, to be exact, should be they start counting from 0, but it's fine. One extra thing, we need to check if we reach the limit, we need to loop back and restart the pattern loop. So we may want another condition here. First, we want to count the length of the other one. We can have it here. If the action to execute is still more or equal than the of the matrix of the starting action and the matrix of the pattern loop. So if we did all the actions at least once, then we are gonna loop back. We are gonna restart from the pattern loop. That means this value decreases by the length of the pattern loop. So it restarts from the start. I hope it's written right. It should. It really should, please. Okay, we have it. I hope we have. I should have kept things simple, maybe. Too late. We are too deep. So now we should take the pattern and read it correctly if there's no bugs in the code. I hope there aren't. A reminder also that at the end of each round we should increase the value by 1. Okay. So what do we do after all this stuff? We have a value and an ID for a matrix. That means the final value we need to read is the pattern of the matrix to check, the starting actions or the loop, and we need to check the corresponding action, which is action to execute. Beware that this will have another parameter inside, but we're gonna read it later. For now we need to save it. You know what? We could store this in the code here, which will also make it easier if we find a problem. Let's see. Battle logic, right? Okay, here. No, wait, here. Function, next battle action. Okay, it's kind of using global variables, but it's fine, really. It's fine. Yeah, we don't need parameters, right? Huh. I should put enemy... No, it's fine, it's fine. So what we do is, at the end we return this exact action, which will consist in at least a letter and a parameter. We should print it also, just for the bug. Okay, so what do we do with all this? First we can delete this, right? I hope I will not regret it. Okay, and then we can simply call the function. Elaborate next backtal action. We read the value 0, and if it is equal to C, it will be a combo. If it will be equal to rage, it will be rage mode. Also, reminder that this doesn't increase or change any variable, so we can run it indefinitely and won't change any variable. And last but not least, if it's G, it's the charge mode where we build a gate. Let's see, rage mode, we put the switch here. If it's a combo loop. Every time we remove the rage mode, and if it's G, it's gate block. And after any of those, if the win or lose variable is not 0, lose should be -1, right? Oh well. So we do the actions, we check if someone is dead, and we repeat. Should work, right? Alright. We need to implement the parameters that we also put here. Let's see, for example, here the parameters 80 for 6 are not used, but we are doing it later. I think those is a huge step up. We don't need a tutorial, let's go. This was fast. I suppose the variable here is wrong. Let's see. Aha, here I forgot to close this graph. This square bracket. Maybe not only that, I see. Let's read it better, sure. This one here. Easy. This one here. Huh. Easy as well, huh? Gate doesn't have a parameter, but... Wait, why there are two parentheses here? Okay, I found it. Well, we had two problems. Always hate where there's only one. There's not only one. Let's see the pattern now. Of course. This time though, the problem is in the plugin, so it's easier to spot. That's why I wanted to do that. Animation matrix to check. Okay, because I define it inside the condition. I need to define it outside. I thought I did define it. Oh well. Now it should work. Please work. Okay, starts with... why does it want to print a picture? Oh yeah, because I said print instead of console log. My game wants to print a picture. Hello Nirvana Games. Just in time. Does anyone want to print a picture here? I need to save the PDF, sure. Here. Okay, I maybe shouldn't write print and write console log as every normal human being. Let's see what I got. No, I don't want it. I don't care. Here. I got a PDF of my game without even trying. Lovely. Oh, am I losing? I think I'm... Stop printing! I don't need to print my game. No! No! Okay, I messed up in the code, maybe. Here should be console log. Okay, I fixed it. Good. Also, William Dorf sounds pretty nice. I like it. Benvenuti, get an office subscription. I couldn't care less. I just want to watch a PDF. What? Why does Microsoft act as somebody cares? Nobody cares, Microsoft. Nobody. Let's see. Now we have the pattern, and we start with the 80% inverse rate of the arrow. Then we start with a gate. I forgot what comes next. The rage mode. And that's where the rage mode causes problems. Reading 0. Okay, I suppose I know where the problem came from. Because, as we said, this is the enemy pattern. No, wait, we have the combo, the gate, and the rage mode, which is the number 3. Maybe I know where the problem is. First, we check... Where is it? Battle pattern counter. It's 3, good to know. Which is right, because this is action 0, 1, and 2. Huh. Wait, no, something is definitely wrong. Shouldn't be 3. Let's try again. This time being more careful. So now it's 0. Okay, reasonable, still 0. Now it should be 1. It's 1. You don't really see, but see. Still 1. And now it's 3. Huh, it increases by 2. That's the issue, right? Well, no, the issue is somewhere else, but it increases by 2. Why? It all increases here by 1. Maybe because there was no corresponding letter here. For example, we had C, G, R. And we have C, G, R. Yeah. Everything should be correct. I suppose one letter is wrong. Let's try this. Next action. Also, I suppose there is a problem in the counting for the going into the loop of the actions. But for now we will see. Action 0. Okay, action 1, right? The gate. Now should be action 2. Okay, as I suspected, it skips one action. It goes next to the next one. Why? R? Ah, no, it's the same. Okay. And the next one should be R as a rage mode. But it did not start. Why? I should print the value here, if it's nothing. Weird, it's R, it should start. I don't get it. Here, it returns R. And it's the parameter 0. So why it's not doing anything? Oh, I get it! I get it, because here I only set a switch. In the others I call a function. I forgot to set the switch and call the function. Okay, okay. There is still another problem though, because let's pretend this one did. And now we do the next one, which is this one, but now we got an issue here. I suppose I know where. Because this one returns undefined. So we have a problem in the code here. And I kinda know where the problem comes from. So let's see. The enemy pattern length is 3. That means we should see this one point by point. But this one is 3. This one is also 3. So that means 3 is less or equal than 3? Yes! Then need to go in the matrix, in the other matrix. We need to execute the action number 3 minus 3, 0. If 0 is more than equal than the sum of the others, which is definitely not, it will decrease. Where's the problem then? Let's see. Action is this thing. We're gonna print it here and at the end after the elaborations. Only then we can see the light on this problem on the bugs. There's also another problem we should solve on the gate. Wait, action 0, 0? Because now it elaborates. Here, action 1, 1. Now, next action. It still skips. Why? Because I didn't save. Oh well, it's fine. Even better. But it works. Action 2. Now, wrong. Why? Why did it print 3 times even? It says action 3 here. Wait, where? Here. Action 3 and should decrease. Does it crash? Huh. Maybe it doesn't read this value? No, the error is in the game interpreter. We should give it another try. Most of the streams is you asking why. Well, that's mostly how the programming works. Anywhere. Programming is 10% coding and 90% wondering what's wrong with anything in the life and beyond. And also enjoying the cute little battle mini game, I suppose. Wait. It only... Where? Okay, yeah. It prints only the action A. Yeah, because for now we are still in the first actions before it starts looping. Now it starts looping, and it crashes. Why? But we can see again it doesn't enter in the. Okay, I see. The problem is, it doesn't enter here. This one doesn't start. Why? Then the pattern length, we can see it here. Undefined? Huh? Why? Why this one works, but yeah, length. I always hate when I mistake length and length. I put the wrong order. But it is, the H is longer, so it's length. Here. I wrote it wrong everywhere. I can't believe this. It's all for this. Though, positive thing is this one should work now. Let's see. Okay, mister, do your worst. Action number one. No, number two. Let's remember the pattern. It's okay. Oh, I got it. Action. Next action is combo gate, rage, combo gate. Let's see. I can put it in this into here. Combo. Now, gate. Rage. It skips one and combo. And gate. After this, it should loop onto the combo. Let's see. Of course it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. How can I learn to do this? Good question. I would say... Well, I wouldn't say just practice, because there's also the will. Like, I want to do this in my game, but I don't know how to program. Well, I start one step at a time. Like, at the start, I would say programming is almost like eventing, so you can technically do all this stuff with eventing. We saw the game from the game Jam Beyond Expectations, I forgot the name, that did only code, did only events, even if there was a script called there and there to move a picture. So you can technically do all the programming through eventing, but maybe you're more agile if you work on the code, since you can, instead of copy-paste everything, refer to other functions. At the end, I would say it's... You just get better after every game. The trick is for April Fools, I did 10 games in a single day, so maybe that's where I did all the 10 games trending in once. No, I'm kidding. Still, it's more like having fun while programming, otherwise it's very annoying to do. Mostly when there is a bug. Okay, what happens now? Action B is 8 and action A is 5. I see. Because this is turn number 8. And the game looks for the action 5. Because it needs to loop. I see. Because it's turn number 8. And the length of... the length of the moves that need to repeat is 5. These 5 moves need to repeat. So when the turn is 8, it decreases by 5. But we saw here that 8 minus 5 doesn't do 5. Something is wrong and it's not with my word map. It should decrease by 5. Where's the problem? It technically decreased by only by 3 though, which is this value, so where's the problem? Action to execute minus the length of the pattern here, which should be 5, right? It is 5, so where's the problem? It definitely decreased. Wait, it also decreased by this one. Oh, no, wait. Wait. Never mind. It starts at 8, which is the actual turn. Then it decreases by 3 because it considers only the second matrix. It removes those 3 and counts those. Now, it seems like he didn't enter in the condition. This one doesn't apply. Why? Oh, come on, work. Ah, because this one is not defined. 3. Returns 8. And if... Oh, I get a problem. This one is not 8 anymore because it got decreased. We need to check the current counter. Okay. I decreased the variable before I compared it. Okay, now it should work. We may also want to include the rage mode now. Let's see. So we have combo. We have gate. Then we have rage mode. Then we have combo again, right? Yeah. Then we have gate, right? Yeah. Then what's next? Rage, combo, gate. So it's rage. Combo. And gate. I need to lose here, otherwise the enemy dies and we cannot even check. Let's lose. And it should repeat with combo after this. Please. Okay. Combo it is. Now we need to lose or we cannot check the next one. Are we gonna lose? We died. Oh well, we tried the maximum, but we saw that after gate, it loops back on combo. It works! It works! Now we need to be careful to write all of those correctly. And it's still not over because we need also to read the parameter now. Which should still be simple, right? For example, here, the variable 189 is the percentage of inverted arrow. Which is the white background of arrows we saw. So here we can simply read the parameter here. We define instead of 70, we have the parameter 1. As you see here, it's this one. 80 here, 60 here, 16 here. Though it's different because, wait, it's another matrix. So I don't think we need another matrix, right? We should keep everything in line. It's easier, okay. Okay. So now we read this value. And we should read those for later. Okay, so. First we should remove the next turn thing because we don't need it. Next action. Here we define the percentage of inverted arrows. If it's empty, I don't know. It's fine. The rage mode, we need to define the arrows of the rage mode, which are probably defined somewhere else, right? Where? Here. Where are those? Where do I define the arrows for the rage mode? It cannot always be left and right all the time. It becomes boring. Huh. Definitely somewhere here. Here, rage mode options. Let's see, we can move them here. And this time reg whatever options are, instead of 1, 2 are, let's say, edge mode options 0 is the parameter 1, and the second one is the parameter 2. Also, though, if the first one is random, we need to, if the one says random, we need to set both of them as random. How do we do that? Well, first we may want to directly do this. Okay, so we don't... No, never mind. We want first to check if... Wait. We need first to get the infos from the function. Okay. Okay, so if the action info 1 is random, then we need to define them differently. Otherwise, we set them as we did here. Reg move option is action info 1, and the one is action info 2. We read the values from the enemy pattern. Though if it's random, we need to be a little more fancy on that. How? Good question. First, of course, we need a random itself. So, if let random 1 is mat random and goes between 0 and 1, not included. We need, though, as random values between 2 and 8. We need 2, 4, 6, or 8. Again, then the directions on the keyboard. So we multiply by 4. And we floor them. Oh, come on. It's lagging. My text is lagging. So this will give us 4 different results. 0, 1, 2, and 3. Because 4 is excluded. Because it's like a 3.9999999. And it's barely 4. But it's not 4. It can never be 4. So we have a random number. Now we read this number from here. Dir matrix temp 2, 4, 6, 8. So the first direction will be the value in the direction matrix equal to the random number we chosen. So if, for example, the number is 2, we're gonna get 0, 1, 2, the 6. And now we need to decide the second number, which needs to be different from the first one. That means we may want to remove the 6 from here and choose a random number between 0 and 3 this time. Random 2, mat floor, random 3. And this time we need to set the values as the random number that we got from the other value. Okay, though we need an extra thing, we need to remove the number here. So we need the last step. I don't remember how it's done, that's why internet helps us. Let's see. Let's say anche the X value. Okay, simple. Splice we can use. So dir matrix temp splice random 1, and we remove only one number. So if the random is the third value, we remove it. And so we can get a random value without repeating the same number. Should work? I suppose so. Let's try. So unfortunately at the start, the rage mode will always have left and right. We can just speedrun the part before. So it will be left and right, right? We didn't test this though. Of course we didn't, of course. You know what, we can also have all of these in the code here, which will tell us which line is wrong. Otherwise it doesn't. Function find action arrows for rage mode. Here. That's the code. Now we just call it instead of this. And it's done. Now though we have a problem. Rage move option is not defined. I forgot. No, wait. Rage move options. I define it here. Where's the problem? Rage move option. Move mode. Move. I wrote it wrong. It's rage mode. Well, it could also be move, but maybe mode is better. Which is the right one? No, wait, there is no default. I define it here. I removed the default, so now it's called like this. Rage mode option. Okay. And now, as a plus, we show us if there's a bug directly in the line. Hopefully, it doesn't, though. I should make something to skip some pattern moves. Now, rage mode, left and right. There is no button! How am I supposed to win this if nothing works? Okay, wait. Don't die now. Wait. I know it's comboing. It's comboing me. I got destroyed. Let's see. Rage mode options. 4 and 6. Why nothing happened? Come on. Okay, something was definitely unfair there. Huh. Why nothing worked? We may want to see what happens here. We can do a simple console log. I was about to do print again. Here. Rage mode options. It will show us everything. I can see everything. I can do everything. Now, to not mistake the two, I can see everything is Nahida from Genshin Impact. I can do everything is Jevry from Deltarune. Know the difference. Now. Huh? Wait. There is. I'm pretty sure I did a console log here. A console. Oh yeah, I should have done a alert. That's what was wrong. Okay, do your worst, slime. I shouldn't say this if I want a save stream. Now, the alert, it's 4 and 6. It's right. Where's the problem? Where's the problem? It's... Oh no, I get it. I use different notation for it, right? I don't call... wait, let's see. What notation do I use for arrows? No, direction 2 for... Huh. Maybe by notation... I should update my note... I should take some notes on that. Game, don't take priority. Not now. Game, don't take priority. I hate. They want your attention. We can add the game music though. Yeah. A little low, but... I suppose though the notation was wrong. Okay, sure, you can close if you want this much attention, I suppose. Here, it was wrong. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, simpler. I don't know why I made it different here. I hope it's not confusing in the long run. Let's go. Let's keep the game music, sure. I had difficulty finding the battle music because I didn't find anything that wasn't serious. This one is more from a spaceship, but I think it can work. Wait, for 6 again? Did I save? I saved here, so what's the problem? Maybe I didn't really relaunch the game? Let's see. Oh. Okay, please work. Let's see. No, something is weird. Why is it 4-6? There's nothing that says 4 or 6 here. Huh. I'm dubious like the villager from Minecraft. Yeah, same vibe, I feel like. So here... define direction arrow for rage mode. It's like I didn't save. It's like... oh wait, it's not even... ah, I get it. Because first round it reads the values from here. First round reads 4 and 6, where it should be 2 and 3. No, wait. I had it before 1 and 2, so maybe it starts from 0, right? So it should be instead 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think should be right. Let's see the button now. At least this stream is a little much less on building a new concept in the game and just fixing what we already have. Here it's on 2 and should be right. Only right. Ah, okay, there's a single left. A single left. Ah, it goes straight away for the combo without moving back. That's nice. Now, what's now? 296. 295. Ah, okay. I forgot to put the global symbol here. Huh. I suppose we need to do everything again. Let's go. What is the game for? For a gem? Well, it started as a gem 2 years ago. It's already released, technically. It's an Invalidate raid. But I'm working on a Steam release. By adding a lot of stuff like the battle here. Technically, I already have Respawn Banter I'm working on, but... for various reasons, I will first publish this game. It pains me, but I feel like it's the better option. Doesn't mean I will forget about it. Never. That never. It will just come after this one. Okay, let's see Rage Mode Part 2. This one should be totally random. It's down and left. Okay. I like it. It adds more vibe. And we win. Cha. Okay. It works. It definitely works. That's nice. I haven't seen this one. I played your other stuff though. Well, this one, I feel like I did a... No. This one had the release kinda... a little underwhelming. Because, I don't know, I didn't get any comment in my each page. Well, fault mine that the first month was with the comments disabled by mistake. Though this game is kinda infamous for the right reasons. Because I kinda do some pranks in the game. Let's say that. And I'm upping the stakes in the full release by removing some unsafe options for the players in any case. Though this game should be the game people stream the most because I think this game is very suited for streaming, so I'm gonna spam it to every people I know and I don't know. Zephyr, Nova, everyone. And other streamers I know. Yeah, this would be my first Steam publish. I have the demo of Respawn Banter on Steam, but again, as I said, I chose now to give priority to this one. Again, various reasons. I think I would fill an entire stream to talk about those, but I have simply this one feels more manageable. Since the first project on Steam is always a big jump and it's very, very intense to do. And second, I have some problems with arts for Respawn Banter. Nothing that time cannot solve though. That's why I'm buying time and... Well, not really. It's an excuse. I just wanted to do this one first. A prankster. I'm a prankster. I'm a prankster. You just don't know. After all, I made a game called Octostranded, the Gemmy Dungeon Brint Dreamkeeper Vanishing Point, a demonic gate puzzle crossover banter game. Yeah, I remember the full name by heart. Okay, we managed to do that. We need to test now the tutorial though. Let's see. Okay, I'm already sure now we will have a problem in the tutorial because it will start in the wrong section. Not really, because this one forces rage mode, but it won't have any value, so it will crash, right? Yeah, okay, it will. So we have two options. Or we delegate it to the second section, which I think it's the best, for the second round of... for when the enemy actually does the rage mode. So we can do this. On the combo loop, instead of checking if the tutorial of the grassy brint is over, which will be over already at this point, we just check if rage mode is on. If rage mode is on, then it's the perfect moment for the tutorial, yeah. Not a bad idea to publish this first. You will learn from publishing the... Yeah, I know, because even if I care a lot about this game, I care as well, even if not a little more, on Respawn Banter, the other one. This one also is... This one is way sillier. So I feel like having some mistakes in this game, or at least not fine-tuning some parts in the game perfectly as a commercial release, will suffer way less from the other game. So I think this is the right choice still. Still though, I already did a mistake with Respawn Banter. I opened the Steam page without a trailer, so I lost the initial boost of viewers. But my idea is to find streamers that enjoy this game. I'm hoping this one will be memorable. I have some tricks for streamers, so that's part of the plan. And then open the... increase the people I know. There is no tutorial here, huh? Yeah, I forgot a step. increase the number of steamers I know, so I get more coverage on respawn banter. That's the plan. Okay, I set up a value and now we should be considered inside. Now I realize I should have just set the condition on the number of this enemy. Here, rage mode. Okay, we got a full tutorial, perfect. And it shouldn't repeat. Yeah. Now, we need to check also if we have the other tutorial on. But since the one starts on turn 1, the other on turn 2, there shouldn't be any problem. Let's see. Also, does the button work now? It does, okay, nice. It's going wonderfully. Cha! And the second tutorial is here. I realize we need now to show the player which are the two buttons. Also, I need to remove the alert on the screen, thanks. Oh, where was it? Here. Ah, no, it was here. No, I'm lost. Where was it? Here. Okay, so a picture appears when there is rage mode, but it's the wrong one. You know what? We should just have a function for that, so I can call it in two different spots. So, draw rage mode arrows. Okay, so what do we do here? We read those values, rage mode options, where we have arrow 1 and arrow 2, or 0 and 1 if you prefer. We can go arrow 1 is the value number 0. And arrow 2 is other value. Okay, we have those. Now we need to draw them. How do we draw them? Well, I already did here. Draw picture for battle, where we draw. First, we need to choose to select two IDs for the pictures. I would go with 51 and 52. Then we need the name of the picture to draw. So it's again we saved them here. Direction 2, 4, 6, 8, easy. So based on the number here, again this should be 0, 1, 2, 3. And again 0, 1, 2, 3. They match. So we just need to put pix name number arrow 1. Center there. The position is not this one though. We need to define a global position to put them. So we define a constant of arrows for rage mode chords. We call it identically. And I don't know the numbers. Probably we can go around. It's important that we have two coordinates. One for the first arrow and one for the second one. We can even put them a little more diagonally to the other. So the first one will kind of go, let's say, the screen is full wide, so we can go 1400, while the Y is 200. Meantime, the other one is 1600 and a little diagonally 300. Okay, later we can change those. Honestly, I don't know. You know what? We should do this. show picture here. Wait, that's the wrong one. Okay, this is bigger. Okay, I wanted them differently, like 60%. Otherwise, they are too huge. I think it's perfect. So, 1232 is right for one. Or maybe I should put them a little down so we can write rage mode on the top. Huh. Thanks for reminding me to wish this spawn banter. Totally buying it day one. Oh, thanks. Thanks, it means a lot. Unfortunately, you will have to wait a lot for it because definitely not coming out this year. And I find it hard for the next one, to be honest. So, you know what? I should recruit more people. I don't care about money. I just want to publish a lot of games. So, yeah, I should find more people. The problem for this game is I don't know who to hire because, like, I'm writing my dialogue. I'm programming my programs. I'm drawing my drawings for the first time ever. So I don't know what's left. Marketing, I suppose. So I may want to write rage mode on the top. So we put it titled. It's covering some space though. I wonder how should I put it. I really want to write rage mode somewhere. I suppose the enemy just has the animation of the anger on the head, so it's fine. We can go those numbers. Ah, wait. Should be centered here. So those are the right coordinates. Kinda. 1400, 168. Around that. Ah. I was so close. I was so close. Meanwhile, the other arrow will appear. Oh, come on, center it correctly. I'm pretty sure it's this one is wrong. Come on, it doesn't even say it right. What's this, RPG Maker? What's this? Oh, we can. Oh well. Here, kinda. I would say like this. 1680. I was also kinda close, and I was very close. I didn't even need to check it, to test it. Publishing this will be a lower risk. Well, honestly, I honestly wouldn't care about risk and all, but again, still it's the risk that not a lot of people will play it, so I suppose it is. But at least this game is more memorable to stream, so is a huge thing because people, if they see this game streamed, because I have a bunch of tricks up my sleeve, will maybe more inclined to remember the game when it comes out, or wanting to wishlist right ahead, or pester the streamer to play it before or after it releases. So at least I have some sort of plan in my hands. Okay, so here I define the coordinates for the first arrow, and then I draw the second one. Draw picture for battle. I didn't copy the D. Okay. Now I draw the arrow number 2. I define. Okay. I got it wrong because this one has two matrices. This is the matrix 0. And this is the value 0 of the matrix 0. So should be this. Same here. While here 1 and 1. Okay. Anything else? No. Let's see. Now I need to call this one instead of, well, not drawing anything. So, where is it? Here in the tutorial, I draw the picture 33. Instead here, I should just call the function. And I should call it here, right? Rage mode on. But they should also be deleted after. I think it already does at the end. Here. But instead of 33 is 51, 52. They should actually disappear. We can do something neat. Can we? For now, we just delete them, okay? I don't care. And now let's see the rage mode. After the combo. And the gate. Okay, I think it's fine. It could be placed better. Let's see rage mode again. Okay. Pretty nice that it tells us where is the problem. I want to say a little more rage mode. I will take damage here. Just to see the extra round of rage mode, because for now, the random wasn't random. Ooh. Oh, come on, I cannot kill him. I will wait a little more. Yeah, I'm fine. Rage mode? It's the same? Huh. That's not random. It's always the two buttons, right? Huh, let's try a third time. Maybe we got very unlucky with a random? Kinda is weird though. We got 2 times the same combination of arrows. This one is scripted. It's always left and right. I'm destroying the... Oh, come on. As I said. Combo. Okay, okay. It's random, perfect. I just got very unlucky. Okay, okay, okay. We got a random working. And we are here for kinda 2 hours. I wanted to do one last thing, but I think it will find space next time. I'm glad we already did all the tutorials. I just need to add dialogues for the tutorial, minor thing. I decided to cut a thing from the demo because as it is now, would be kinda underwhelming. So I'm gonna leave the bare bones that are needed. I think it's for the best. Still, I need all the trailer for the game, and it doesn't look nice. You know what? I might pay someone for the trailer. I don't care. I'm fed up of doing videos. I'm fed up of making videos. Though I don't want to find someone that goes like, oh yeah, cool transitions. No, that's not what the game is about. I need to find the right one. And that's what scares me as a game developer. I prefer to develop alone, not because I'm asocial, but I kinda am. But mostly because I'm worried that other people will not make the stuff as I intended. And it's not like I'm looking for people to work for free for my game. I'm planning to pay some people, but still, I need to try. Okay. That's the end for today. I have a list of streamers which let's see if there is someone online I can raid. For example, there is... We could raid Meowie like... we raid Meowie a lot of times though recently. Let's see if we have someone. There is Vaidetta playing Lego. Otherwise I have some extra saved streamer around, but I'm not counting on anything. I don't get. I have a lot of saved streamers, but every time I look at them, they all are offline. And they say, oh, streamed 4 hours ago, 1 day ago. I never see them online. I only see online 4 hours ago. I never get them exactly on the when I want it. Oh well, I tried. Yeah, I don't get how. Maybe they just are different time zones. Okay, we can raid. Let's see. There is Fakey-chan online. Sure. I can try helping if my talent suffices. Well, I want... If you know to edit videos, sure. I was looking for someone which is already... which knows already on trailers. I can try to manage, but first will take me some time and it's annoying. Second... the thing is though, I want to put something peculiar in the trailer, like the antagonist doing something. I need still to record something for my own, something specifically for the trailer. So I don't know honestly. Oh well. We can raid Ferky. Okay. That's everything for today. Thanks for coming. I remember we have a Discord. I have 2 trailers in my channel. Okay, if you want to link them to me. Again, though, I also did a bunch of trailers, so maybe for the trailer for this game specifically, I will do it on my own. Because there's something very specific I want to do. So, maybe if I want to look for someone, I will look in... I don't know, maybe custom music? I don't know. I will think about it. Why it has to be so hard. Thanks everyone for coming, and we see ya whenever happens!